Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. It's Flex Friday on Prize Picks, and we're going to be talking about the NBA slate on Prize Picks and Underdog for Friday, May 3rd. Just two games on the slate today, so relatively light, but we've got a couple of plays that we're excited about. Before we get into these plays, though, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks yet, use the promo code at the bottom of the screen, and they're going to give you a deposit match. And if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, you can go through the link in the description of the video. But when you use code BACKDOOR on Underdog, they're going to give you a deposit match. And I haven't even told Jordy this yet, but I just got an email from the Underdog team. For right now, they're actually doing deposit match up to $250. So they've bumped that up for the time being. So you'll get a deposit match up to $250, and you'll get some instant pick'em specials. So they're going to give you some discounted plays for signing up. They already have some discounted plays on the board. So there's a lot of value to be had on Underdog right now. Just use code BACKDOOR and you'll get that deposit match up to $250 and some instant pick'em specials. So definitely take advantage of all that. There's a link in the description of the video. And these are the plays we're going to be covering today. We're just going with one play each because the board's relatively light. There's a lot of uncertainty. So I'm taking PJ Washington. I'm going to take his dunks prop on Prize Picks at just one dunk. And then on Underdog, I like his points at 10.5. We'll break down why we like these plays. But what are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm taking Norman Powell for over 12.5 points on both platforms.
All right. Well, before we break these down, just want to tell you quickly about Daily Grind. Daily Grind is awesome. They're just like all about helping people cash more often. And what I love about Daily Grind is they're like educating people as well. So if you're not following them on X, you should definitely follow them. Matt Downs just put out a video about managing your bankroll. I highly recommend checking out that video. He gives a lot of good advice on managing your bankroll, making sure you're not getting into your emotions when you're playing, how much you should be putting on each play. He just breaks it all down for you in a great way. So definitely check that out. But we use the DFS Optimizer. We've been partnered with Daily Grind for a while now, and they're definitely our favorites. They reached out to us when our channel was very small. They liked what we were doing, and they thought we could use their tools to help our process, and it absolutely has helped our process. So we use the DFS Optimizer every single day. If you guys want to check these tools out that they offer, just use code BACKDOOR. You can go to dgfantasy.com. When you use code BACKDOOR, you get 25% off of any of the tools they offer. But the DFS Optimizer is just an absolute workhorse for us. So we use it every single day. Definitely check that out. All right, so let's talk about PJ Washington here. If we look at this over-under, we got an important game, two important games tonight. Both games, there's a team facing elimination. On this Clippers-Mavericks game, we got a 208 over-under, so they're expecting it to be a relatively low-scoring game. Mavericks favored by 8. This is in Dallas, so everything's kind of lining up for Dallas. Got no Kawhi Leonard. And I like PJ to be able to get at least one dunk in this game because he tends to do that at home especially. But he's done this in 3 straight games against the Clippers in this series. He went for 2 dunks, 1 dunk in the last 3 games straight. But if we take a look here on Outlier, we can actually look at home games only. He's gone 4 straight home games with a dunk in each game at least. And here's what really sticks out to me. If you look at this game against Detroit in early April, he only played 14.9 minutes, and he still just went in there and got a dunk. I think he just likes to show out at home a little bit. He obviously loves being a part of the Dallas Mavericks versus the Hornets, where he came from. Because now he's just been launched right into a contender, in the playoffs. So I think he's loving it. I think he's going to be a big part of what they're doing, and they're going to want to just get this done and move on. Send the Clippers home, and just get this done. And so I like him to be able to get at least one dunk here, and that's why I wanted the dunk prop on Prize Picks, because we just need him to get one. If he gets one, we're done. We cashed. So I'm feeling good about this play. And then let's talk about his points here at 10.5 on Underdog. This one I had to think about for a minute, but the more I looked at it, I actually really liked what I was seeing. I know he's only gone over this 2 out of his last 5 games, 2 of those games he missed, though, he went for 10. So he just barely missed it. And then this last game was just a poor shooting performance. He only scored 2 points, but he shot the ball 7 times. And so I think he's going to get out of this little bit of a slump that he was in last game. And I can't even really call these other 2 times he missed slumps because he still went for 10 points. It's just literally the difference between one more bucket. So I think that the intensity is going to be there tonight, the importance. I think he's going to get his minutes. He's been averaging 35.5 minutes a game over these last 5 games. He only played 29.7 minutes in that last game. But still, I mean, that's still about 30 minutes. That's not terrible minutes. The matchup is middle of the road. We've got the Clippers 15th in points allowed, but we also have Kawhi Leonard out. And Terrence Mann is a game time decision. It's going to be interesting to see what Ty Lue decides to do with rotations tonight if Terrence Mann ends up being out as well. Looks like he's dealing with, so he was present at the shoot around, so he'll probably play. Dealing with a little bit of a leg issue, it looks like. But yeah, regardless, we have no Kawhi. I think that this line of 10.5 points is low enough to where I think Washington is going to show out. And again, he's gone for 10 in at least 4 out of the last 5. So I like him to be able to go over this tonight. And if we take a look at daily grind here, they actually have this pretty heavily favored to go over at 10.5. The odds to hit indicator on the DFS optimizer is showing 54.04% odds to hit, and daily grind has this all the way up at a minus 142. And that's not that uncommon of any other platform that's taking this. Caesars has it at a minus 142. We've got some all the way up at minus 149. So I'm feeling good about it. And one last thing I forgot to mention, I want to go back to this for just a second. If we look at these last 5 games, his attempts have still been 9.2 attempts per game on average over the last 5. And if he's averaging 9.2 attempts, and in that last game, he literally just went for 1 made shot, I just think that he'll have an opportunity to bounce back here. But he's still shooting 41% from the field. So I think 10.5 points, we essentially need him to make 5 shots or, 3, what would that be? Yeah, a couple of threes. I know that's like not really a big part of his game. So I'm not really anticipating the threes, but I think you get my point. I expect him to go for 11, 12. Maybe he'll even pop off for 14, 16 points tonight. So I'm feeling good about this going over. And once again, it's juiced on daily grind at minus 142. And yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out this app, Outlier, it's super helpful when you're vetting plays and when you're just kind of trying to confirm the narrative you've built around a play. And they're going to let you guys just try it out for free for 7 days. There's a link in the description of the video if you're interested in just giving this app a test run for 7 days. All right, Jordy, passing it over to you, bro.
Sweet. Yeah, man. So I'm going to be taking this Norman Powell for over 12.5 points. I'm actually going to go bump this one up on Chalkboard. I think he's going to at least get 14 tonight, so I'll probably bump it up to like 13.5 just to be safe. But you will get an extra multiplier on that if you guys go over to Chalkboard and bump these lines up. If you think PJ Washington's going to have a great night too, you can go bump that play up on Chalkboard and get a higher multiplier on all those, and you can actually protect your plays now. And they're actually doing the same thing on Sleeper too, if you guys didn't know that, which is actually pretty cool now. But yeah, so if you want to go check out Chalkboard, use code backdoor at checkout and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. And while I'm talking about Sleeper, I don't know if Russo already did, but they'll also match your first deposit up to $500 if you use code backdoor FS. We had to put the FS on the end because backdoor was already in use. So yeah, just put the FS on the end there and you'll get a deposit match up to $500. So definitely go check out both of those apps. Yeah, so Norman Powell, this one is available on Sleeper as well. I checked while I was waiting. So I'm going to be putting this in like all my lineups today, but I feel good about him going over 12.5 here. He's only gone over it in 2 out of 3 in the series, or out of 5 games in the series, but they're playing game 6 tonight and Kawhi is still out and Terrence Mann's a game time decision. They're saying it's looking like he's going to play. He's deemed questionable, but he did suit up and they said he looks okay. So we'll see, but I still feel good about Terrence Mann. If you look at what he's doing in away games, he's actually been hitting this a lot more. Let me go back to points. He's hit this 5 out of 10, and he's hit it 13 out of his last 20 when they're away. And At home, he's hit it 11 out of 20, so he does play a little bit better away, especially against the Mavericks. He's hit this like quite a bit against them. He's hit it in 3 out of 6 head-to-head, so 50-50 on this one. But he's had some pretty big games: 19 points, 21, and then he's put up a goose egg, but he only played 11 minutes in that game. And he's been getting a lot more minutes since Kawhi's been down, so I just expect him in a must-win game to, kind of have a big game here. If you guys like his points, rebounds, I kind of like his points, rebounds as well, but he hasn't been rebounding very well against them lately. So he has hit this quite a bit more against them, but I don't feel as great about it. But if you like the rebounds on top, you can definitely take that. His points are juiced at a 50% chance, 50.41 or 47% chance, and a -118. Some people have this up at like a -130, but his points and rebounds are a little bit more juiced. So just go with what you want. But I like just the points, because when he's doing the points rebounds anyway, he's just getting the points as it is. So I feel good about just the points in this one. But go with your gut on what you like. But I'm just going to be going with the points today on this one. So that's the pick I've got for you guys.
All right, guys, that's the two we're rolling with. We do have like somewhat of an honorable mention. This is not an official play for the video, but something you might want to take a look at, might want to consider. We've been running this Jalen Suggs free throw at 1.5. We've been getting it, and it's just been an absolute wagon for us in our Discord. It's bumped up to 2.5 today. He's still gone over this 7 out of his last 10 games. So I think he's going to be aggressive, in an elimination game tonight. So go with your gut here. We've been taking it at 1.5. It's bumped up to 2.5, but he still has hit this 7 out of his last 10 games. So I might throw this in a few slips. I'm sure I will, just because I feel like he could get that. Because if you take a look at even out of the 7 out of his last 10, all 3 of the ones that he didn't hit, he missed it by 1 free throw. So once again, just a little bit of extra value there if you guys are interested in taking a closer look at this play yourself. Just wanted to kind of put it on your radar. Also feeling like I'm going to take a closer look at like Zubac's dunks as well at 1.5. But go with your gut with all these. If there's any plays you don't feel comfortable about, just fade them. You're not always going to see the board the way we do. We're just here to show you what we're getting into and what's sticking out to us. But if you guys are interested in checking out our Discord, there's a link in the description to our Patreon, and once you go through the Patreon and sign up, it's going to give you full access to our Discord. We have a really killer community over here. We get into everything, all the different platforms, and we get into esports and soccer and all sorts of content that we don't fully cover on the channel. And we just have a really killer community. We're going to be running some fantasy football for the community here pretty soon. We're going to be covering fantasy football content, but we're also going to be running some Discord leagues here with some giveaways and whatnot. And so we're going to have a lot of fun here if you guys want to check it out. If you decide to sign up, go through that Patreon link and then hop in a community chat. Let us know you're new, and we'll kind of show you how we do things in here because there is like a little bit of a rhythm to getting the most out of our Discord. But yeah, that's going to cover it, guys. We're excited about some of the new content we have coming your way. We have some bonus content coming in the next couple of weeks where we're going to be doing some giveaways. But we hope you have a great Flex Friday. Thanks for tuning into the show, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.